So, good morning, Panther fans. So, last night, something incredibly, ridiculously surprising happened. And no, I don't mean the Panthers actually got 2 points. Bob gets a shutout. I don't mean that we hit 6,000 subscribers only to see YouTube yank 6 subscribers from nowhere. It must have been bots that had subscribed, so we're back below 6,000 again. And I don't mean OV getting a hat trick to get to 800 goals. All amazing and spectacular in their own rights. No, last night, right before when I was done with the recap, going to bed, said goodnight to Kyle. He says, make sure you turn the hall light on upstairs for him because the hall light's by his bedroom. I said, oh, what, you're afraid of the boogeyman? And he just starts giggling. I just start humming. I'm the boogeyman, boogeyman. Long story short, my 23-year-old son, who considers himself an aficionado of 70s disco and R&B soul, had never heard The Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Band. So for the next 5 minutes, I stood in the kitchen playing The Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Band while my 23-year-old son imitated Michael Jackson by dancing on the kitchen floor.
Where's
And
the
we
video?
got and we got 2 points. Good morning, Stu.
Hey, Eric. So listen, everybody that watches our channel, and I'm always open to, constructive criticism. So apparently it's been pointed out to me, and it's been pointed out to me several times that I kind of hog the channel. I pull a Verhage. That
Your
I'm
mic hog.
talking over Eric. I interrupt him and whatnot. Listen, guys, I apologize. All right, Eric, I apologize. He knows I've apologized. Listen, I'm ADD. I got a stream of consciousness. You stole my line last night, by the way. I saw that in the recap, you fucker.
No, I said that before you texted me.
Yeah, all right. But I get rolling. I get rolling with something, and I got to get it out because if I don't get it all out, it's gone. Okay? And Eric knows that I've had like really good stuff thinking in my head.
Right.
And I'm like, can't wait to get it out. And when he's done talking, it's gone. I forgot what I wanted to say. So anyway, public apology. I'll try and do better, guys. Okay, so listen, we ain't perfect. All right.
Speak for yourself, bro.
So,
Man, look at his beard. This is perfect salt and pepper. Come on, man.
Listen, I appreciate the obviously the positive vibes and the good stuff and whatnot. We try and put out good content here. It's Eric's channel. I don't get anything for this, all right, other than having a good time and just talking hockey with Eric and with you guys, and
That's actually not true because yesterday I got confirmation that Manscaped sent you that package.
Oh, really?
Because yeah. So that's coming. You're getting the whole set. You get
we haven't talked about that, have we?
I know, and that we're just teasing it right now because we want to wait until we get the products. But so
Okay.
There's something coming for you in the mail. We'll put it that way. The whole thing, everything a man could want, is coming in the mail for you.
Cool.
So there you go.
All right. Anyway, so 6,000 subscribers. What the fuck happened? Where did where did 5-6 subscribers go in 5 minutes?
I'm used to that. What happens is probably somebody thought they were helping me out and created a bot and subscribed 5 or 6 times. And YouTube is really quick about that now because a lot of people will create bots and subscribe to channels on the shorts. So I'm the dummy. I'm the one that said I'm not going to celebrate till 6,005 because inevitably somebody will unsubscribe. And of course, we get to 6,000. Everybody in the chat's going 6,000. I'm like, all right. 20 minutes later, I look again and it's 5,994. So
all right. Well, we'll just have to put it over there substantially. Before I forget, I want to give a shout out to my son, David, who joined us on the live stream for the first time ever. He's actually been subscribed to the channel for a while. At least that's what he's told me. And I think because he's seen the Randy interviews and the Billy. But anyway, you didn't realize he was on there.
No.
I want to tell you, he said because Eric apologized. I'm like, no need. That's what he said. No need. So,
right.
David, if you're watching this review, It was
Yeah.
cool to see up there. I like did a double take. I'm like, what? Because
Yeah.
I know my son's avatar on his and obviously his name's there, but that was pretty
Right.
cool to see my kid hanging
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. No, thanks, David. Really appreciate that. It didn't. You just have to take my brain with a grain of salt, man. Like I said to somebody yesterday in an email when they're trying to ask me about something. I said you have to explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old for me to understand it
I
because
did 3 times.
there's so
Like
much going
David,
on
my
in my
son, it's
head.
on the stream.
Let me.
Anyway, let me tell you,
I'm gonna out myself here. I'm gonna out myself. Been doing these. This is how much is going through my head right now this week. I've been doing these videos for 7 years now, right? Never before, and I mean never, zero, never have I recorded a post game on the recap and forgot to hit record.
no,
Okay? I've done it twice in the last 3 recaps. Never in 7 years have I done that. Twice in the last 3 recaps, I recorded, I went back, and I'm like, I wasn't, oh crap, I didn't hit record. So
that's crazy.
I got a lot going on upstairs. Let's just put it that way. That's so it's not personal. If I'm forgetting to email you back, etc., etc. Um. So anyway, hockey. There was
Wait,
a hockey game.
I just want
Oh,
to
go
tell you
ahead.
about my
Yeah.
kid.
Oh, okay.
Because as crazy as a hockey fan I am, so I couldn't wait for David. This is a great story. So I couldn't wait for David to get of age to take him to games.
Right.
Okay, so I started taking him to I started taking him to games at the same time trying. And David, I'm not don't mean to embarrass you, but this is a good story. He may or may not remember. But anyway, so I try to also get him involved with like the Panther hockey school. Well, anyway, I got him the skates. I mean, I got him like the best of the best and whatnot. And he like did it for a couple of months and
Right.
basically was like, fuck it, I don't really want to
Yeah.
do this.
It's not for
And he ended up studying karate for like many, many years and became a black belt. So
Okay.
and I watched him fight. He did competition fighting and he was like fast as McDavid on skates.
Right.
But here's the story. So obviously you guys all know that I've been friends with Randy Mullen for almost 30 years. And Randy is the coolest guy. The coolest guy. Anyway, I don't know how it came about, but Randy said, like, one night I had David with me. He said, why don't you bring him up to the booth? And we did. And I have the pictures because I always look at them every once in a while of David with headphones on, sitting in the radio, because Randy did the radio back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And the booth's like all the way up at the top of the arena.
Oh wow. That's right.
And there's Randy and
Yeah.
there's David, and David's got the headphones. So anyway, that's
cool.
a cool story. They've also done. I remember one game, both he and my daughter did the Zambonis. I mean, David's been a player. So anyway,
Yeah.
the thing with David is he has no patience with the Panthers. So there was a long period of time where we sucked so bad
Right.
that he stopped watching and didn't even want me to talk about Panther hockey. He started getting back involved like a year or so ago.
Right.
And we started going to games again. And, my company had the suite, so it was really easy to,
Yeah.
basically go any night. And then obviously the playoffs hit last year. And, we bombed. And so it's got like David's in, he's out this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in, he's out. Obviously, you
Right.
could tell he was in. He came on the live stream today, but he's like me. He'll tell it like it is.
Right.
Ekblad sucks, and this one sucks, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, just having fun with that. But they, the game last night, hey, Dr. Jekyll showed up. I mean, this team is like, they played a solid game.
Yeah.
And, out Gudis,
Right.
Hornquist. Now Tierney
And White.
and White got hurt,
Yeah.
and we still battled on. I'm really glad that Barkov and Kachuk are back together. You can see that sparked Barkov up a little bit. I thought Ekblad had a decent game. I'm not going to say great. I'll say he didn't make too many major fuck ups, and he
Right.
looked like he had a little bit more jump in his step.
Right.
But
Right.
that game is all Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob stepped up big
Yep.
time.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not
And
just talking one saved. He made at least 6 or 7 goal saving miraculous saves.
right. 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 Well, look, we're gonna need him. It's we absolutely had to have him playing well. I mean, it was fun for 30 seconds thinking Spencer Knight had stolen the job, and then it's just weird how things work out. Poor kid's still too sick to even be the backup right now. They're saying he might get better, but then Verhaeghe's now sick. So, I mean, I don't know who's going to. I'm expecting a call anytime now. I told Bill last night in the recap, I can skate, all right, and I'm so small they can't hit me. They can't find me to hit me, so it'll be just fine. You know what I mean? And I was a black belt in judo, so if they want to start some shit, let's go. Gabranson cross-checking Kachuk in the back last night with Gudis not on the ice. That ain't right, man. You're not my favorite no more, Eric. That was not okay.
Nope.
And I don't know if a couple people said they thought Kachuk kind of looked like he was laboring in the third period. I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking that close for it either. Look, we needed to get that win. You don't win that game, and it's just hellfire and brimstone, and Columbus. I know they beat us, right? They're capable of beating us, but they're not a good team. They didn't bring their A game last night, so we'll take the 2 points.
You almost called it. You said 5-1. I never expected a 4-0 shutout, though.
Well, when was the last close game we had? We're either blowing teams out or getting blown out. It's been a hot minute here since
Jekyll
there's
and Hyde.
been, yeah. The other thing is Barkov. Somebody had early on in the season brought up the point. I think it was true that maybe there was something wrong with his shot or his ergonomics because he gained all that bulk during the off season. Well, he was sick. He looks thinned out and fast now, and his shot looks normal again. And I just wonder if True was correct. I believe that's who it was, saying, "Hey, look, I've lived it. When you bulk up like that real quick, it changes your motions, it changes your ergonomics, and maybe that's what part of the reason why Barkov started off so slow. He didn't look right to us. He looked right last night. The last couple of games, he definitely looks more like himself, which is a good thing. And we just got to figure out now the health of these guys. Tierney, that looks like a concussion. I'm not calling it, but that's what it looked like. Looked like head. And then Colin White really fell awkwardly on his knee. So, Tierney's already in for Hornquist, and Dianasenko ain't it, man.
Right.
That's just the way to put it. Okay, Heponiemi was at least he scored a goal. He looked like a young player, but like he could belong and develop into something. Dianasenko, I know it was his first game, and maybe it was first game jitters, but he was just he didn't look it wasn't good.
Nope.
Didn't cost us any goals, but so your thoughts?
Listen, this bug that's going around, I know so many people that have either had it or have it. I know I was affected at least 10 days, and it's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
So, I know players have played with colds and stuff because they're tough.
Right.
But this thing just knocks you, man. So, and one of the announcers on ESPN said last night that this thing is going around the league.
Yeah.
And it's not COVID.
Right. Yeah. No,
Like,
it's
so. Boy, so we're and he even pointed out the fact that we're pretty much a decimated team right now.
Yeah, well, they thought Spencer might be good enough to start on Sunday, and he's still Tuesday not even good enough to be the backup. So it lingers,
Yeah,
So
don't forget a goalie never gets any breaks, man. If
right,
you
right,
think
right,
about it, they're in the net the whole time. Maybe when the TV timeouts, they get a chance to skate over to the bench, but you
right,
never see them sitting down. They're always getting a shot of
right.
water and wiping their face with a towel and right back to the crease.
Yeah,
The only
yeah.
time they get a break is in between periods. I think that being a good goaltender,
No,
especially in the league today, is
yeah,
the hardest job.
right, right.
I mean, but
And
anyway, just you're right. Columbus is a really bad team. That's why it was just heartbreaking to lose to them last week.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but I'm just looking at it game by game because
right.
we got a 4-0 win last night. But guess who's coming into town tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good old Pittsburgh. Yeah.
The top Panther killer of all time.
Right, right.
Okay, so it's another one of those. You shut down McDavid, you shut down the Oilers, you shut down Sid. I know there's other weapons, but he's the Panther killer. Him and Ovechkin.
Right, right.
Well,
And
let's talk
speaking,
about Ovechkin.
yeah, that's what I
Let's
was
just
going there
segue
next
into that.
anyway.
Hats off to the Great Eight, who
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of. The guy is, getting into his upper 30s. He still plays like a 20-year-old or 18-year-old rookie.
yeah,
Every goal he scores, he has like such exuberance on his face.
right,
I think it was Ryan Bouchard who was on his. It actually called and said Ovechkin is 3 goals away from 800. He's getting a hat trick tonight.
that's crazy.
And I like the first goal was pretty early in the game,
Right,
and then I'm like, this guy's right. He knows what he's got to do tonight, and he's
right,
gonna take it up to the 10th level. He gets his second, and
yeah.
then I was worried that if he was going to get it, it would be an empty net.
Empty
No,
net. No.
it was a legit 800, man. I've always said if anybody could break Gretzky's record, it's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's got 94 goals to go.
Jeez.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
So 3 more. Well, not this year. Not next year. Well,
It's
94.
2.5. It's 2.5 years if you go by Ovi. Like he's got 21 now, I think.
Right. So if he could get another 30 this year.
He's gonna get his 40, maybe 50 goals. So I think
Right.
he's 2 seasons, maybe
Yeah.
a season and a half or 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of that, I don't know if you guys saw. Kyle sent me the video. I might make a short out of it. Yager, the team that he owns over, I think it's in Czech. They were down. I don't know if people were sick or injuries were, but they kept having to postpone games because they didn't have enough players. So he owns the team. So he played at 50, and he had 2 assists. And there's a highlight. I'll do something with it. There's a highlight of him. The puck hitting him in the stomach and dropping, and then he passes it to somebody, and they got a goal. So it was interesting to see. So yeah, these old guys, Yager's the same age as me though, so I can't call him
Well,
old.
I got to tell you, I saw Gordie Howe play with his 2 sons. He was 51.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. But Ovechkin's, he's a mutant, man. He's in great shape.
Yeah.
And he really, really, if you think about it and look at his career, he has not had major
Right.
injuries
Right.
that have kept him out of action
Right.
for a long time.
And that's the biggest key for these guys. I mean, you look at somebody like Huberto, he's going to have a nice career, but when your Achilles get cut like that, eventually that's going to, take a couple years off of your, exactly what you're saying.
Gretzky, the same thing. I mean,
Right.
again, I always refer back to my all-time favorite player, Bobby Orr, who, if he had had a 15, 16-year career, who knows
Right.
what record? And he was a defenseman.
Right.
So
Right.
anyway, Gretzky was fortunate enough to
And when
not
you
have
think
major
about
injuries, but I'm fully convinced Ovechkin's going to break that
Yeah.
record, man.
and that's crazy because when you think about when Gretzky played, And it was, I mean, the Oilers were winning games 8-1, and it was like a yawner. I mean, the level that they scored at, because they were so far ahead of the rest of the competition at that point. So for for Ovechkin to do this now in the era of parity, and there's all these teams, and it's just remarkable for him to be doing it now. And especially, the rules back then when Gretzky was playing, it was supposed to be tight checking 2-1 hockey. So for Ovechkin to do this now, who knows how many goals he would have scored if Ovechkin was playing back in the 80s, whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a sight to see this guy play. And yeah, I mean, this year, next year, he'd really have to go batshit crazy to get to it next year. But he's going to get close, and I think it's going to be interesting because what's he? You said he's 94 short, right? So if he gets 30 more this year, he'd start the season 64 short. So he might get close to 40 or 50 next year again. So it's going to be.
It all depends on what he ends up this year,
right?
And it's very possible because he's done it so many times. I think 40 is a given.
Is expected, yeah.
I'd like to see, him 50 plus, but he's going to be driven.
Right.
And who knows what happens next season. I
Right.
mean, this is the guy that, can score well, especially on the power play. I just love his attitude, his love for the game, and I'm telling you, every time he scores a goal, he's excited, and there's
right.
A smile on his face, and he's hugging the guys. Just
right.
Anybody that check out the replay from last night, and just go on YouTube and do the recap for the Oilers. I mean the Capitals. What was it? Who did they play last night? The Preds? No, that was Edmonton. Well, whoever Washington played last night. Just take a look at his. And he doesn't go nuts with his sellies, but
right.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Connor McDavid. Did you see that? You got to check out. I've watched it 30 times already. McDavid did another one of his, his 0 to 60 moves and went through 3 guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Stopped, did a quick skate adjustment and shot the puck and go. I mean, that guy's incredible. Yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
You want to get? All right. I mean, what else is there to say about the Panthers?
No.
We got the Jekyll and Hyde team, and we got to flip a coin.
Yeah.
Every game, and obviously it depends on who we're playing, but I don't really think it matters. We beat the Bruins when they were 17-2 or whatever.
Right.
It's a question of who shows up.
Right. Yeah.
What team shows up? But now I'm concerned because now we got another couple of players that are out.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose you a little bit. I don't know if it's my internet or you. So
I'm fine on this end.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely losing you over here. So I seem to be okay. I'm not getting any notification that my internet is heading out, but you've definitely frozen up on me.
Oh, well,
yeah.
No problem on my end.
Okay. Well, we got to win one of these next 2 games. Just put it that way. We've got Pittsburgh, and then we've got the Devils on Saturday. For fans of this channel, Kyle and I will be streaming both games. Saturday is going to be something else because the Panthers start at 7:30 playing the Devils, and then 45 minutes later the Dolphins play, and it's at Buffalo, and they're expecting inches of snow during the game. Kyle and I will be streaming it. It worked out pretty well last time. I called the hockey, he called the football, and we just flip-flopped back and forth. When he wasn't calling a football play, I'd call the hockey, and as soon as there was a football play, I'd shut up, he'd call the football. And it worked out. Neither one of our teams won. There was no excitement. We were both depressed. And hopefully that doesn't happen again Saturday. But both teams are playing basically the best or one of the best teams in the league. So that should be interesting. And at some point, Bubba's going to need a break here, right? And that's the thing is like,
That's the thing. What are you going to do? I mean,
right.
it's going to be a big test to see if he could go 5, 6, 7 games in a row. So
Right.
Spencer's got to get better, like by the weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if Knight's better, I mean, if he wasn't well enough to be back up last night, I mean, you want to put him out there first game back from sick against Pittsburgh,
No.
against New Jersey. You see what I'm saying?
Listen, New Jersey's coming back down to earth, by the way.
They're having a little bit of, yeah.
And Pittsburgh, I think, has won 6 in a row or 7 in a row. Something like that. I think.
Yeah. No, that's one of the teams we're definitely.
So, the big test is tomorrow.
Yep.
I won't worry about New Jersey yet.
All right. Sounds
one game
fair.
at a time.
Yep. All right. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. At some point, I'm not mentioning 6,000 subscribers again until we get to 6,010. That's the end of that. So appreciate all the support. I'll be back later on with a couple of things. And Stu and I will see you again Friday morning.